Hi everyone, my name is Teacher MJ and the videos that I'm making are intended for the secondary students of KIS International School here in Vientiane, Laos. If you are not from KIS, it's okay. I hope that you can learn something from this video. Currently, we are in isolation to protect ourselves from the coronavirus infections. However, learning never stops. So before we start this video, I'd like to make sure that you have the following things with you. You have your course book, your notebook, and a pen. You can watch this video in many places, but I prefer you find a comfortable place and I suggest you wear your headphones. You can pause the video to take down notes and repeat if you need so. If you have any questions, you write them down and don't hesitate to send them to me in WhatsApp so I can address your questions. So if you are ready, I am ready too. So it's time to study geography with Teacher MJ. Hi guys, welcome back. So today I will be discussing the last the two lessons that will be involved in your test on Friday. So please take note again that on Friday we will have our April monthly progress test. And it's kind of early because we want to make sure that when time comes that we need to come back, everything will be ready to create your report cards, as well as if we still need to do final exam, then you would be able to, as much as possible, cover everything that is set as a goal for your learning before you go to year 9. Okay, so we will be discussing today Enquiry 5.2 to 5.3. You must have your books with you right now. So just to follow up with the lesson that we have, or the video that we looked into yesterday, and also you were able to create your own how do I say it, inventory. Okay, you were able to create your own inventory of your own consumption of water, and was so I enjoyed watching how much water you were using, but some of you guys are really using too much water. Okay, now the question will be, are we using someone else's water? Knowing that we use too much water, and looking at the other countries as well, and they don't have enough water, can we say that we're using someone else's water? So please take note that only 1% of the Earth's water is available for human consumption. Let me define that word again: human consumption. It doesn't mean that you have to eat humans, but what it says here is only 1% of the Earth's water is available for the humans to eat or to drink and to use. Only 1%. Okay? And this 1% is shared within the atmosphere, within the soil, the plants, the animals, the rivers, and the lakes. Okay? So all of this are sharing that 1%. And this 1% is not evenly distributed. When we say not evenly distributed, that means they don't have equal amount of water for each of these groups. So therefore, we can say if you are using too much water and another person is using less water, then that means you are using the water that is supposed to be intended for them. You are using someone else's water. Okay? And what about the water that we eat? Well, you might ask me, teacher, we don't eat water, we drink water. But did you know that there is water which we call virtual water, also known as embedded water? It is the sum of all the water used in many steps of making a product. Sum of all, that means you add all the water together that is being used in just creating one product. Okay, say for example, to produce 1 kilogram of wheat, it is a kind of grain, it's like rice, okay? So to produce 1 kilogram of that, you need 1,000 liters of water. So for it to grow, for it to be processed, and for you to buy it, it has to be processed. It has to be made with water. Okay, so that is what you call virtual water. So in every type of material that we use, every type of food that we eat, every time you prepare something for you to consume, there is most of the time the presence of water. And that is what we call virtual water or embedded water. Right, so that is all about the unit 5.2. Okay, now let's move on to 5.3. Why is Marissa catching fog? Who is Marissa? Okay, so for you to know, open your book on page 78 to page 82. You can pause the video for now as you read all of these pages. All right, so please pause the video, and once you're finished reading, you can go on. So Marissa is a woman who lives in Lima, Peru. So Lima is the driest and highest capital city in the world, as high as 1,550 meters above sea level. When you say above sea level, so if this is the sea, okay, so where they live is 1,550 meters above the sea. So it's quite high. It's like 1.5 kilometers higher than the water. And their water delivery is very expensive. They have to pay more. Why is it expensive? Because they need to have trucks loaded with water to be delivered to their houses. And when you buy this, you don't only pay for the water, but you also pay for the gas and for the people who are delivering. That's why it's become expensive. And another problem is that they are poor. These people, like Marissa, lives in a slum, or the barriadas as they call it in Peru. So they have problems with water in Lima. The population density is very high. That means there is a lot of people living in 1 square kilometer. And what does that mean? It means that a lot of people are sharing the water supply that they have. And on this context, the water supply is quite low. So low water supply plus a high number of population is not a good equation. Also, the land there is very high. Remember what I informed you a while ago? That they are living 1,550 meters above the sea level. So in that case, water could not be held long enough because of gravity and because of the process of percolation of water. Most of the time, the water goes towards underground. And if you're high above the sea level, you're high above the land, water could not stay long in there. It flows down. And because of that, plants could not be able to survive long enough because there's not enough water. So this place is mostly a desert or a scrubland. But there is one thing that is abundant in Peru, okay? And it is fog. So Again, Lima, Peru is located near the Pacific Ocean, right? And it is a place that is very high, as I mentioned a while ago. And when the land is high, if you go up a mountain, it is usually cold. Okay, so what happens is when the sun hits the ocean, the water starts to evaporate, goes into tiny bits of water or gas water or water vapor. And then as it moves, because the water is warm or the water vapor is warm, it moves higher and higher. And as it moves towards Lima, which is a high ground, it starts to condense. It reacts with the cold temperature in the high place. So when water vapor will meet a very cold temperature, it condenses, it creates fog. And Lima is a place that has an arid subtropical climate and the air pressure is high. That means in that place, the pressure of the air is pressed down towards the land. So that means the condensed water vapor could not go up to the sky as a cloud. It just stays on the ground or near the ground because the air is being pushed down. So the air sinks. So condensation does not happen very high in the clouds or in the sky. It happens only near the ground. So what's happening is that there will be fog. It's like you are living in a cloud. Okay, most of the time the clouds will be high because the pressure is low. But this time high pressure or air pressure is high, so the air sinks. So condensation happens in a very low air. That's why fog is happening. So again, this is like a picture of how I explained to you a while ago. So there is the ocean where it evaporates, and as water vapor moves into the land with a high place with a low temperature, condensation happens, and because of the pressure that is high, it happens only near the ground, not up the sky to create clouds. Right. So I will be putting some links in the description of this video to further explain what is a fog, and then another video that talks about people in Peru catching the fog. Okay, as you can see, the question in our inquiry right now is asking, why is Marisa catching fog? So this video will explain to you why they have to catch the fog. And for you to answer as well, here are the 3 questions that you have to send to me on ThinkWave after watching this video and the 2 others in the link. First, what is a fog? Number 2, how does fog form? Number 3, why is Marisa catching fog? You have to explain your answers in a paragraph form. Okay? If you answer only with words, then you will not have the best score by far. Okay? So I will give you another reminder that on Friday we will have a test, and the coverage of the test will be Unit 5 from the start, from the vocabulary up to this unit or this lesson, which is Unit 5.3. Okay? So you have a great day, and I will see you on Friday on your test. Thank you very much for your time.